Nice to have a full slate today to talk about.
Yep,
Instead
sure
of, like,
is.
4 games like yesterday.
Yeah, you're going to recognize a lot of the names on here because
All
we're going
right.
back to a couple of them.
Sweet, sweet. All right, let's see. It's sending out. Let's get some people in here. See how the Friday audience is going. All
Right.
right, we got somebody in on TikTok here. Welcome, welcome. Let's talk MLB bets today. Let's get it. Let's make you guys some money. Let's get rolling. Um, what's up? What's up, everybody? So, full slate today. We're back, and Cards money line. Actually, I think that is a team we like today.
Yep,
Let's
absolutely.
let's get to these games. So Reds, Cubs, first one. Andrew Abbott over 4.5 strikeouts in this one. I do like him, or Abbott, I think is how you pronounce it.
Abbott, yep.
But this is going against your Cubs right now. So what's going on?
It is. It's just a numbers play. It's plus money, but it's plus money for a reason. I mean, he's over in 3 of his last 5. He has gone over this number in 65% of his starts this season. I mean, the Cubs, obviously they can pop off anytime and get him out of the game early. So that's the danger. Yeah. But it's plus money for a reason. It's not a bad play here, though. I don't mind it at all. There are a couple good props for the Cubs today, though, like Pete Crow. You could always go back to him getting over bases, Seiya Suzuki over bases. There's a couple other options, but plus money, those are all really juicy. So plus money here, I don't hate it.
No, and it's not an insane number either.
No.
If he goes 5 innings, it's very reasonable to say that he can get 5 strikeouts in this.
Right.
For the money line in this game, we got asked. No. G-Way has a parlay here. Mets, Tigers, Diamondbacks. We can initial thoughts. We'll have to go. We'll get to that as we go through each game, and we'll kind of talk about it, have a little bit more information. Our next game on the slate, White Sox, Orioles, Cedric Mullins over half a hit, minus 170. Good parlay leg here.
Yep, I do. He's probably swinging one of the hottest bats on the Orioles lineup, which is kind of crazy. He's usually around 7th, 8th in the lineup, but over in 6 of his last 8, 10 of his last 14 games. I mean, he's getting hits. It's juicy, but there's some other ones that you can add to it here coming up.
Yeah, don't mind that at all. Brewers, Phillies, Taijuan Walker over 3.5 strikeouts, minus 104. Not a bad play here, I think. Actually, I like that.
This is a low number for him, 3.5. Brewers are in the bottom half of the league in strikeouts. They're pretty much right in the middle of the road, really. But yeah, minus 104. It's good value. Just get to 4. He likes to go. He can go deep in games. He could be out there a long time. So yeah, I don't mind this play at all. Get to 4.
Definitely. No, I don't hate it. And everyone on TikTok, if you guys join on X, you'll see our whole screen share on this. So we got everything put up on the screen right now. TikTok, just for whatever reason, doesn't allow us to do that. Now, our next game, A's, Blue Jays, Chris Bassett under 18.5 total outs, minus 175. So market is definitely saying he is not touching, that 18th out today.
Right. Well, first off, I'm scared to even think about any A's games. We thought the A's were going to have a chance yesterday. They got smoked the day before that. They got smoked by the Astros. But he's under in his last 9 starts. He does not get to this number ever. I don't mind this one at all.
No, I don't either. And, I mean, as roller coaster the A's have been, they can still hit. They swing at everything. So if they are making contact, they can get a pitcher out relatively early. So I like that prop, and especially minus 175. That's a great leg to parlay something else with. And then everyone on TikTok, you guys can drop some likes on the live. It definitely helps spread it out. So we appreciate it anytime you guys are doing that. Our next game, Rockies Mets, Ryan McMahon over half a hit. A name we have put on here before. He has been a hot hitter at the plate recently.
Yeah, and he hasn't let us down yet at all. But yeah, he's had a hit in 5 of his last 6, close to 60% of his games this season. I mean, he really is the guy in this Rockies lineup. I know they're terrible, and I get it all, but he's getting hits when he needs to, so I don't mind this one at all. And minus 115. This line is always right around minus 110 to minus 120. I'm good with taking that.
100%. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good single right there to play on. Next game, we got another plus money one. Angels, Guardians, Nolan Shanuel under half a single, plus 100. We always talk about it. The single props, I don't like taking somebody over a single because that could be a double. It could be a home run. Or they could not get a hit. Under a single at plus money, I do not mind that at all.
No, and like you said, we have some outs. There's things that can happen where we don't get screwed over. But he's under in 3 of his last 5, 7 of his last 10, and he's 0 for 3 lifetime against Ortiz. I know that's not a huge sample size, but with 2 strikeouts, he has a tough time seeing the ball against Ortiz. I don't mind it.
Better than him being 3 for 3 against him. That's
right.
For sure.
Right.
Giants, Marlins, we have a VIP pick on this one, a positive EV play. That's one that we absolutely love, that there's a ton of market value on. So if you guys want our best play in the Giants Marlins, just, go grab a day pass in the VIP today. Positive EV play still, up about 20 units the past 2 months has been absolutely incredible for us. Red Sox, Braves, Grant Holmes over 17.5 total outs. Going with, a little bit of a higher, that's what, completing 6 innings right here for Grant Holmes. You liking that today?
Yeah, over in 4 of his last 5. And the Red Sox bats are struggling. They have not been good at all.
Yes.
And they're actually been kind of bad all year. But yeah, I don't mind him going deep into the game. Braves are coming off the doubleheader yesterday. But no, I don't. Which they did use a lot of their bullpen yesterday. So this could just give him another reason to keep him in the game. I don't mind this at all.
No, I think that's context with the bullpen yesterday too. With the doubleheader, you're begging your starter to try to throw 6.
Right. They need him to,
if you can. Yeah. Guys, ask any questions you have on these games too as we go through these props. If you guys have specific ones you want us to cover, we'll be happy to do that. Cardinals, Rangers, Johnheim over half a hit -170. Our free play for everybody out here. We do have a parlay with that. Jonah Heim over half a hit in the Rangers game is your free play of the day. We parlayed that with the Reds to score over 1.5 runs though, so you get better odds on this. But this is a very strong play here today.
Yep, I love it.
And then we got people asking Cardinals money line, like them to win this game too. I think they're in a good position here today. Jonah Heim over half a hit for everybody in the comments asking about that one. And this is all posted in the Discord too, so make sure you guys are joining the Discord if you're not in there already. You would have had these picks a lot earlier than when we can go live, especially for that free play value. We typically are beating closing line value on these plays. So the earlier you place it, the more profit you have, an opportunity with. Team is he on? He's on the Rangers. We also got asked Tigers money line. That's perfect timing because we got Tigers Royals up next. So Casey Mize over 3.5 strikeouts is the prop we like there. Talk about the prop. Talk about if you have a side on the money line you like in this game too.
Yeah, well, over 3.5 Ks. This is a Tiger starter today, so I don't mind that at all. He's over in his last 4, 6 of 8 on the year this season. But yeah, I like the Tigers. I mean, they are legit. As much as you don't want to believe it, they are that good. So
they are. We got questions on Tigers money line like that. Baltimore or the White Sox. I mean, I would say the Orioles, they're looking a lot better. They should be able to win this game today, I'd have to think.
Yep. No, I agree with that.
And then somebody asked about the Cubs player props. We have Andrew Abbott over 4.5 strikeouts at plus money in that game. Still think the Cubs, should probably win that game, but that's not an insane line for him there. Let's see. Okay, so going back down our list, Rays, Astros, Brandon Lowe over half a hit. Another name that we have definitely had our fair share of, talking about him recently. -170. Like him to get on base today.
Right. Guess who? It's 12 straight. He's had 12 straight hitting streak in 15 out of 16. If this thing's less than -200, we're taking it every day until this screws us over. But he is getting it done every single day.
Definitely. And even after, whenever this streak ends, he's not, I'm not expecting, 5-6 games without a hit. He might go one game without a hit and then get right back on it. So it's a good trend to just continue on with daily. Nationals, Diamondbacks, Jake Irving over 3.5 strikeouts here.
Yep. He's over his last 2 starts. His number's been 4.5 or 5 pretty much all year for a strikeout prop. Last time I was at 3.5, he had 6. So they are dropping it down a little bit because the Diamondbacks are, I believe, 4th in the league in Ks. So, but I like this at 3.5, and it's great value. It's right there, -106. But still, one I don't completely love, but I don't hate it with the number there.
Yep. Next up, Pirates, Padres, Mitch Keller over 4.5 strikeouts. +108. I know Padres are a team that doesn't strike out a ton, but we do have some value on this one.
Right. He's over in his last 4 starts, 5 of his last 6. And yeah, exactly. Padres don't strike out a lot, but the last 2 weeks they have been. I think their strikeout rate's gone up like 5 or 6% just in the last couple of weeks. Now it's the time to jump on that before all the books, adjust to them not being the best team in best contact team in the league.
Yep, completely agree there. Our next game, Twins, Mariners. This is actually a pretty good matchup here today. George Polanco under 1.5 total bases.
Yeah, this guy does not hit this number at all. He's under his last 12 games, 17 out of 20. I know it's 180, but it's 180 for a reason. You pair this with Brandon Lowe or something, you're going to be right sitting there at plus money. No,
Yep.
he does not get to this number ever.
No, definitely. And then before we get to our last game, we got a question. Do we like any over-unders today?
That, that Cardinals game, like, there's a lot of ways to like that game. Like, Cardinals money line, the under in that game. There's a lot of different ways to play that, but I like that game a lot.
Yep. So probably top one that we'd recommend would be the under in the Cardinals game here today. People want just money line picks. There's not as much value on the money lines. We're trying to tell you guys. We will give you our top three right after this, though. Yankees, Dodgers, game of the day. Mookie bets under 1.5 total bases.
Yep, and this is minus 172 juicy against the superstar, kind of, but it's juicy for a reason. He's 2 for 30 against Max Fried lifetime, 9 strikeouts. Max Fried kind of dominates this Dodgers lineup there, but Mookie's also under in his last 6 games and 8 out of 10, not getting 1.5 bases. So, no, I don't mind that. And speaking of money lines, I think I like the Yankees a lot tonight.
I've seen a lot on the Yankees in this.
I mean, Max Fried, I think it's in 187 at bats against these Dodgers. They're hitting 203 with 55 strikeouts.
Yep. No, he is the real deal. I've seen a lot of people actually commented in just stuff on Twitter about Yankees' first 5 today. I mean, you have Fried on the line. You got to think that he's not going to give up runs.
Right.
So I don't hate that. Now, if we had to make a 3-teamer for everybody who's asking for that, I mean, do we throw the Yankees in that conversation? It's minus 122. You get a pretty good number on that.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't hate it. I like the Braves also.
Yep.
If you could Cubs, Braves, Yankees, that'll be juicy.
Yeah, let me put that in real quick. So Cubs, let's get the Braves in here. Cubs, Braves, Yankees gets you to plus 371. That's not bad value at all in that.
Yeah. No, not at all. No, obviously the Yankees are going to be the scariest one in there. You can switch that out with, Diamondbacks or.
But, yeah, I think Diamondbacks, Padres at home, the Pirates are a good one. Tigers are a good one. Orioles are even. There's a lot of actually good, I think pretty confident picks that you can roll with today. Cards money line and under, and Yankees first 5. That'll probably get you some pretty decent odds there as well.
I don't mind any of those.
No. Guardians money line, Yankees first 5, and Phillies. Let's see that Guardians game real quick. Against the Angels, I mean, they should win at home, but Guardians wouldn't be one of my favorites today, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Angels, talk about a little bit of a roller coaster season they're having. Like they had 7 or 8 straight at one point. So, I mean, but no, I don't. And the Guardians have been weird all year, too. I don't really like either side of that.
Yeah. Casey Mize and Andrew Abbott case. Yeah, that's a fine parlay there. Don't mind that. Let's see what else. Any final questions from you guys before we log off today? Let's see. I just like batting matchup for the Guardians with who on the mound for the Angels. Soriano's on the mound for the Angels today.
Yeah.
I don't look more into his numbers.
It's not a terrible pitching matchup, to be honest. Ortiz has been all right for the Guardians. I mean, I don't know. It's a good coin flip game, I think.
Yeah. Padres money line. I do like the Padres today. They should be able to hit that. Phillies game over. So let me see what that line's at. They're set at 9.5. Brewers, Phillies. I mean,
it's a high number for. I know the Phillies. Obviously, they're one of those teams where you love taking the over because their lineup's so stacked.
Yeah,
you gotta love that. An interesting over under today is that the Mariners game is down to 6.5 this morning, which is a pretty low number. You don't really see it below 7 very often.
No. And what's Mariners Park? Is that hitter or pitcher friendly?
Yeah, it's almost more neutral than anything. Okay. It doesn't lean one way really too much.
Yeah, that is a low total there. Suzuki and Carroll home runs today. I mean, don't really have home run metrics for you guys. But yeah, I mean, let's go. White Sox game over. Let's see. That line is right now on DraftKings at 9. I mean, anything with the White Sox and Orioles can happen right now. So they could go hitless or they could have 10 hits.
Seriously. Yeah, no, you're right.
Let's see. We got a comment on Cubs game under 9.
I think the under would be scary. I know we have Abbott going over 4.5 Ks, but the under is going to be scary.
It is. I mean, both offenses could score anytime.
Right. And I haven't looked at it yet, but I mean, if that wind, no ballpark in the country plays more of a factor when it's windy than Wrigley does. If it's windy and it's blowing out, I mean, you'll see the over-unders are like they go up to 11.5, 12 sometimes pregame. So, but it's still a hitter. If the wind's not blowing in, they could still pop off or whatever they want.
Yeah, I would stay away from that Cubs under. A couple people are on that one, but I would proceed with caution there. Brewers money line fading Walker and the Phillies off a doubleheader.
Sure.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's hard. The Phillies are a great team, so that's the scary part of it. Let's see. Any final questions, you guys? Oh, we got Albert said Horner to get a hit, Tucker to get a hit, Ellie De La Cruz to get a hit. I mean, all three of those guys can hit for sure.
Yep. Nope. Don't mind that at all.
Abbott was over strikeouts. You can get plus money on that. Harper hurt still. Is Bryce Harper playing? I don't know that he's going to play today.
He didn't play that doubleheader, right?
No. Let's see. Out for doubleheader. Yeah, I would not expect him to. I don't think they've announced their lineup yet today, but I would definitely not expect him to be in. Let's see, WNBA. I'm not sure that we got anything in there today. Let's just see what the games are real quick. There was actually. So we got Liberty Mystics, Sparks, Aces, Lynx, Mercury, Dream, Storm. We'll probably have more WNBA stuff for you guys in a little bit. There's still data coming out. It's kind of hard to make, too great of picks right now. A lot of heavy favorites today, though, so I would say the Aces and Liberty should probably both be winning their game today. But, even if you parlay those two, you only get to minus 217, so they're very juicy favorites.
Right, and, it's not like the NFL and NBA, like those lines are crazy tight. It's pretty soft. Like you can take advantage of the WNBA. You really can. I know not everybody's watching, especially these next couple of weeks because Caitlin's down. But I mean, you can really, if you find a good avenue, you can take advantage of the WNBA.
Definitely, and we will. We'll hopefully be doing that for you guys pretty soon here too. Johnny said, "Don't be surprised if Tampa beats Houston tonight again." Yeah, don't. I mean, anything can happen in there. Do you guys like the Braves today? Yes. That was one we had in our not official, but our mock 3-2-1 parlay for you guys. Red Sox are just firing right now. Merrill Kelly strikeouts.
I don't hate that.
No. Do you like the Braves? Do you like the Braves? All right. Any final questions? Atlanta? Yep. Yeah, definitely like Atlanta today. That's a good pick. What do you think about the Yankees? We like the Yankees too. And that's, coming from a Dodger fan here too. But the Yankees read on the mound. It's hard not to pick them.
Right. And honestly, that first 5 might be the way to go.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. First 5 is probably the better play. So money line is minus 122. Let me check the first 5 odds. See what. Let's see First 5 innings, money line. I would assume it's a little bit more.
Yep.
Yankees minus 135 though. So I mean, it's still not bad at all.
No.
Do you think taking inning ties are good picks? I've seen people on Twitter do that. That's, to be honest though, like my opinion on just taking a bunch of innings to end in a tie is not real sports betting. That's just throwing darts.
Yeah.
So
no, I don't have an opinion.
I would advise probably against doing that. I don't know. I'd have to look more at the math on that, but from, I feel like both you and I do a ton of research on this stuff, and I don't think I've ever read something about being profitable just taking inning ties bets. So I think it's more of a social media hype train than a true, smart, sharp sports betting angle.
Yep, I think you're dead on.
Do we like the Tigers today? Tigers are always kind of a good pick right now, to be honest. Let's see what those are. Let's see. So Tigers today are live line value minus 122. Seth Lugo is on the mound for the Royals, and he is, a guy who is very capable of pitching really good. Do we have a group? We do. So you can join through the top of our profile. We've got everything out there that you need to get in and get all the picks that we take every single day. Let's see. Padres and Mariners. That's not bad there, I don't think. Baltimore over. It's still one. I don't know what's going to happen in that game.
Right.
All right. I think with that, we've covered the slate. If you guys have more questions, hop in the Discord and ask them. But we'll be back tomorrow for you guys. Let's have
Start the weekend strong.
Yep. Yeah. Good day to have a day.